Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I gain over 2 million domain factor per hour. I've been doing this over the past few months because I've been trying to chip away towards the cap on the high scores, which is 2 billion. I've learned a lot so far and I'm looking to share that with you today. I'm only going to be showing you 7 bosses, but I'll explain why that is in a bit. My tips are the relics that I use are Fury of the Small, Persistent Rage, and Berserker's Fury. My gear is I use tier 95 Necromancy gear with my stronger perks on my legs because you have a handicap later on where you can't use a body. Another tip I have is not to use When Book because I noticed that it closes the dialog box that pops up after you get a kill. So the reason why I'm only showing you 7 bosses today is, well, you start at floor 1, but from floor 24 or so until 250, you only see the same 7 bosses. And my strategy is targeted towards just repeatedly killing these bosses up until floor 250. So I'm only going to be showing those since you're only going to be seeing those most of the time. I'd also recommend bringing sacks of potato, cabbage, or onions because there's a handicap that will unequip your main hand item, and if you have a full inventory, it won't do it. So you can kind of juggle with the sack, like taking one out and putting one in. So let's get right into it. Alright, so first up we have Zenevivia. So you're going to deathmark and seize in the same tick and then click on the gate. And after entering the gate, conjure, surge forward, target cycle, Vom Bomb, and then soul sap and build up adrenaline so you can throw a bloat. After that, you can just AFK. So I'll show an example of that here. Evoke death and seize. I click the gate. Now I'm gonna conjure. Surge forward. The target cycled. Bone bombs. Hit it with a soul sap. And you can just let it go. So next up we have the Decaying Avatar. So it's going to be the same thing where you deathmark and seize in the same tick, and then you click the gate. You conjure after you go through the gate. Then you surge forward, target cycle. You hit it with a Vom Bomb. Build up some adrenaline to get a bloat off. So after you do a bloat, you can pretty much just chill, but just make sure he doesn't get to the first root. I'll show you that here. So, because after he gets to the root, he heals to full. Alright, so here's Decaying Avatar. I death marked and seized in the same tick, and I click the gate. Okay. And then conjure right here. Surge forward. Target cycle. Hit it with ability. Now you're trying to get 20 adrenaline. Get a bloat on. There it is. Sometimes I weapon spec here. I usually don't need to do it. And the thing that sucks about this one is the death animation cancels the window that comes up. So you have to actually go to the stairs, go to the next floor. Yeah. Surge, go to the stairs. Alright. So this is the most annoying one. I call it triple gorillas. So I'm just going to get right into it. You're going to deathmark and seize in the same tick. Click the gate, same thing. Then you conjure. And then after conjuring, you surge forward. You click in front of Leone, that one there that you see I clicked in front of. You stand there. Then you use Threads of Fate. And then Soul Sap. Oh yeah, and then Bomb Bomb. Then you volley. And then now you're trying to get some scythes off. Fill up adrenaline and get some scythe. Want to kill that second gorilla. Okay, now you gotta get him the phased at 30,000. And now the demons are gonna start coming out. So I just target cycle those and dive and surge around. That's pretty much it. You just have to keep target cycling the demons that come out. Last phase. Here too, the fourth one kind of sometimes gets stuck behind this gorilla. Sometimes you might need to surge over here next to the pillar. This time it was kind of further back. Usually it's over here. Yeah, just finish them off. Okay, now we have the Dagannoth Mother. All you have to do is wield the ball mung. I bring my own because I add perks to it. So you just wield the ball mung, surge forward and hit it with something. Roll a bomb. And it's dead. Next up is the Pest Queen. You don't need to invoke death here. Sometimes I do it by accident, but it doesn't actually do anything for you here for this fight. So you're just gonna walk in and conjure. And after you conjure, you're gonna pick up the Karasi sword and build up to 20 adrenaline because you want to hit it with a bloat. After you get to 20, switch to your necromancy main hand, throw a bloat on it, and then switch back to the Karasi sword. The rest of the kill. Okay, Nomad. Again, you're gonna deathmark and seize in the same tick. Click on the gate. After you go through the gate, you're gonna conjure, surge forward, hit it with the Vom Bomb, hit it with the necromancy ability. I like to use Soul Sap and build up to 20 adrenaline so you can hit it with a bloat. Then I like to use my weapon spec here too. So I try to build up to 27%. Use my weapon spec. Yeah, there it is. You want to try to kill it before he heals up. I don't always get it. Usually really, yeah, it was really close. When I'm on Mazrat Aura, I almost always get it. Okay, so the Untouchable. He's the easiest one out of all of these. So you deathmark, seize in the same tick, and then click on the gate. No need to conjure here because you're only going to kill him in a few abilities. So surge forward, hit with a soul sap. He's dead. So that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something from this guide, and I'll see you at the tower.